to the next point.
Towards
We should ensure
us.
whatever we say is clear.
That means work is being done. We can see that it is in opposite direction. It is against.
You're welcome once more to this segment of Kaduna State e-learning program on television and radio. As usual, I'm Mr. Emmanuel Jato, here to teach you English language. Today's topic is adjectives. Now, what is an adjective? We want to define the adjective as words that modify nouns, pronouns, and other adjectives. They are words that name the attributes of a noun, such as sweet, salty, sour, red, short, tall, stout, when someone is huge, technical, huge. All these are adjectives. Now take a look at the following sentences. He was fast. He was fast. Now you find that the word fast is highlighted. That is our adjective. The quick brown fox jumped over the big lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumped over the big lazy dog. Now you find quick and brown, and then big and lazy, all these highlighted. It was a beautiful dark night. Beautiful, dark, highlighted. Now in the sentences above, fast, quick, brown, big, and lazy are adjectives. They modify the pronouns or the nouns or pronouns in them. Fast modifies the pronoun he. Quick and brown modifies the noun fox, while big and lazy modifies the noun dog. Beautiful and dark modifies the noun night. Now there are three shades of forms of adjectives. Three shades of forms of adjectives. And these are the positive, the comparative, and the superlative. The positive, comparative, and superlative. Now, how you use them depends upon the number of things you want to talk about. How you use them depends upon the number of things you want to talk about. We begin with the first, positive. The normal adjectives used to describe. For instance, in the three sentences we have here, he is rich. He is rich. Rich is our adjective. It qualifies the pronoun he. Number two, the soup is sour. The soup is sour. Sour modifies the noun phrase, the soup. 3, she is funny. She is funny. Funny modifies the pronoun she. Comparative. Now the kind of adjectives used when two things are compared, and this is quite often followed by the word than. Here are some examples. Christopher is richer than Kumatu. Christopher is richer than Kumatu. Dan is there. Emmanuel is faster than Abdul. Emmanuel is faster than Abdul. Our team is weaker than yours. Our team is weaker than yours. So richer, faster, weaker, stronger, all of them accompanied by the word than. Superlative. Now, this is the adjective used when comparing three or more things or items to state that something is the best or most of. 8. China is the most populous country in the world. China is the most populous country in the world, so most. 9. Esther is the most beautiful girl in the class. Esther is the most beautiful girl in the class. Most beautiful. So most beautiful qualifies Esther. 10. Brazil is the most successful football nation in the world. Brazil is the most successful footballing nation in the world. So most successful qualifies Brazil. 11. This is by far the best meal I've eaten in ages. This is by far the best meal I've eaten in ages. Best qualifies meal. Now, these 3 degrees or shades of adjective only work for descriptive adjective. They only work for descriptive adjective. One of the 7 kinds of adjectives we will be talking about today. Now, the descriptive adjective is one of the 7 we will be discussing today. Now, conditions under which descriptive adjective is used. Condition under which descriptive adjective is used. 1. Adjectives with only 1 or 2 syllables form their comparative and superlative forms by adding er or est to the base of the word. Now let's look at them one by one. Now, on the one hand there, you find that all the items under positive have only 1 syllable. Have only 1 syllable. Now we form the comparative by adding er to the base. So rich becomes richer. When it comes to the superlative, we add est. So rich, richer, richest. Poor, 1 syllable, becomes poorer, and the superlative becomes poorest. Quick becomes quicker, and the superlative becomes quickest. Loud, louder, loudest. Kind, kinder, kindest. Smart, smarter, smartest. 2. Descriptive adjectives with 3 or more syllables don't follow the rules stated above. For instance, the word beautiful can't be beautifuler or beautifulest. We can't add er or est to beautiful to make it the comparative and the superlative. Now, this takes an entirely different form. Now, the words more and most is placed before the word beautiful and others like it to form their comparative and superlative. For instance, beautiful becomes more beautiful, and then most beautiful as the superlative. Intelligent becomes more intelligent and most intelligent. There are, however, exceptions to these rules, as it is with most rules in grammar. Good can't be gooder, nor will the superlative be goodest, but good, better, best. Here are some more examples. Bad becomes worse, which also becomes worst. Far becomes farther and farthest. Ill becomes worse than worst. Late becomes later, latest. Less becomes lesser and least. Many becomes more and most. Much becomes more and most. Well becomes better and better. Types of adjectives. Now here we have 7 different types of adjectives. 1. Descriptive adjective. 2. Quantitative adjective. 3. Demonstrative adjective. 4. Possessive adjective. 5. Interrogative adjective. 6. Distributive adjective. And 7. Articles. Now, you'll be surprised article is found under this segment because article is a part of speech of its own. Descriptive adjective. Now, this is used to describe a noun or a pronoun. Now, take a look at the following sentences. He is rich. He is rich. The word rich qualifies he. Kazi is beautiful. Now, you ask yourself, who is beautiful? The answer you get is Kazi, meaning that beautiful qualifies Kazi. Now, the words rich and beautiful are both adjective and modify the pronoun he and the noun Kazi. Other examples of the descriptive adjectives are bold, brave, kind, sweet, tall, slim, stout, loud, nice. Now, this is to mention just a few. They all add more information to the nouns or pronoun they modify. When we say, the flowers have a smell, we make a statement of fact. The flowers have a smell is a statement of fact. But when we say, the beautiful flowers have a nice smell, the beautiful flowers have a nice smell. Now, we qualify the flower and then we know the kind of smell that they have. Beautiful and nice. So we have given more information about the said flowers by using descriptive adjectives. B, quantitative adjective. Now this is used to describe how much or the quantity of a particular thing. They answer the question, how much or how many. Now take a look at the following. I have 3 cars. I have 3 cars. Now, any number you get from 1 to 1 trillion and more, you are only using quantity. So when you say I have 3 cars, the question we ask you is, how many cars do you have? Then we get the answer, I have 3 cars. So the word 3 tells us the number of cars the person has. He ate all the food. He ate all the food. The word all tells us the amount of food the person has eaten. The snake swallowed the deer whole. The snake swallowed the deer whole. The word whole tells us the quantity of the deer that is swallowed. So, 3, all, whole, indicate the quantity and how much or many of the cars or food or deer is eaten or swallowed or possessed. C, demonstrative adjective. This type of adjective describes nouns or pronouns. They include the words this, describing a singular item near you. You said this because it is close to you. That, describing singular item that is far from you. That item is not close to you, and it is singular. These, describing plural items near you. Describing plural items near you. Okay? And those things are next to you. Those, describing plural items far from you. Now, they come before the word they modify. You can at times leave the noun they describe when you use statement like the one below. That used to be mine before I sold it. That used to be mine before I sold it. For instance, we were talking about my car, and I said, that used to be mine before I sold it. So I don't have to name the noun. D, possessive adjective. This is used to show ownership. They show to whom an item belongs. The common ones are my, belonging to me. His, belonging to him. Her, belonging to her. Their, belonging to them. Yours, belonging to you. Our, belonging to us. Now take note that his can only be used before a noun. You can say, that's my car, and not, that's my. If you want to leave off the noun or pronoun being modified, use the possessive adjectives below. You say mine, that's mine. When you use his, you say that's his. When you use hers, you say that's hers. When you use theirs, you say that's theirs. When you use yours, you say that's yours. When you use ours, you say that's ours. E, interrogative adjective. Now this is used when asking questions. They are followed by nouns or pronouns when a question is asked. Which? Which shirt is yours? What? What pet do you want to get? Whose? Whose book is this? Now you note that all the items that are highlighted there are immediately followed by the nouns they qualify or modify. Who and how are not adjectives and don't modify nouns. Which, what, and whose are only considered adjective when immediately followed by a noun, as in the example above. F, distributive adjective. This is used to describe a specific item out of many. It singles out one or more individual items out of many. Examples are every. Every one of you is guilty. Every one of you is guilty. Either Michael or Daniel will remain here. So one is singled out. In everyone, all of them put together is guilty. Neither Daniel nor Esther will be allowed to sleep. Neither Daniel nor Esther will be allowed to sleep, both put together. Any student who fails will be expelled. Any student who fails will be expelled. One out of many. Now, as you can see from the above examples, the adjectives are immediately followed by the noun they modify. G, articles. There are only 3 of these in English language: a, an, and the. They are their own part of speech and technically adjectives. They are adjectives only when used to refer to the noun the speaker is referring to. Only when used to refer to the noun the speaker is referring to. A and an are used when referring to things in general, They are used when referring to things in general. And the is used when you want to be specific. Now take a look at these. James bought a red car yesterday. James bought a red car yesterday. Now this is in general. We don't know the model. We have not, perhaps you're just passing the information to someone. Okay? And then look at the next sentence. This is the red car that James bought yesterday. You say the because you have already referred to it before. When you're only talking about it without a person knowing that particular information, you said a. When you see the car and you're together with the person with whom you spoke about the car the previous day, you say the. So James, this is the car that James bought yesterday. She bought an apple and kept it in the fridge. She bought an apple and kept it in the fridge. You are just passing information, general. But if you see the apple in the fridge, then you will say, this is the apple she bought and kept in the fridge. Now, because you have referred to the apple before. Now, after listening to the whole of this lesson, we have some set of questions for you to answer. And there are 10 of these. And I'll expect that you send the answers to these questions to me. 1, define the adjective. Define the adjective. 2, state how many shades of adjectives there are and list them. State how many shades of adjectives there are and list them. 3, how many kinds of adjectives do we have? How many kinds of adjectives do we have? 4, spell out the condition necessary for the usage of interrogative adjectives. Spell out the conditions necessary for the usage of interrogative adjectives. 5, under what condition can his be used as a possessive adjective? 6, when leaving off the noun modified, what must the writer or speaker use? When leaving off the noun modified, what must the writer or speaker use? 7, what is the function of each of the different kinds of adjective? What is the function of each of the different kinds of adjective? 8, how is the comparative and superlative formed when a word has only 1 or 2 syllables? How is the comparative and superlative formed when a word has only 1 or 2 syllables? 9, the 3 degrees or shades of adjectives can only be used for what kind of adjective? 10, when a word has more than 2 syllables, how is the comparative and superlative form of that adjective formed? When a word has more than 2 syllables, how is the comparative and superlative form of that adjective formed? What is the function of the adjective? What is the function of the adjective? I remain Mr. Emmanuel Jato. You can reach me by the numbers 080-5731-3044 or 090-1996-8787. I'll take the number again, 08057313044 or 09019968787. Thank you, remain safe, and keep learning.